Tokoro-san no Megaten is a popular long-running science education program by Nippon TV, one of Japan's private broadcasters. This year marks the 35th anniversary of the show. The host is George Tokoro, a top entertainer and musician in Japan. Each program has delved into various everyday themes with a scientific approach, presenting them in an easily understandable manner to the viewers. For example, sumo wrestlers verify the durability of tissue paper. Even complex scientific knowledge, which tends to be confusing, is presented in a coherent and enjoyable manner through various ingenious ideas.
痛くないんですよ、これ。
10 years ago, Tokoro-san no Megaten chose Satoyama as a new theme of the series. Satoyama is a managed ecosystem that Japanese people have cultivated and protected since ancient times, enabling coexistence with nature while enjoying its blessings. According to Ministry of the Environment Service, habitats of many endangered species are concentrated in Satoyama, and they have been shown to be important areas for biodiversity conservation. But Satoyama areas have become abandoned and are deteriorating due to such factors as urbanization and depopulation in rural areas, together with the aging society. This also gives rise to problems for biodiversity. For example, according to a survey by the National Institute for Environmental Studies, in abandoned and deteriorated Satoyama, 13 out of 43 butterfly species have shown a decrease in numbers. In the program, we wanted to convey the issue of Satoyama deterioration to the general public through television. So, in collaboration with researchers such as agriculture and forestry studies, we decided to endeavor on Satoyama revitalization. The Satoyama chosen by the program is 8,000 square meters of land and a rural area more than a 2-hour car drive away from Tokyo. It had been abandoned, left untended by human hands, and had turned into a wasteland. The agricultural expert who set foot on this land for the first time began with land maintenance.
この土に混ぜてやると、そうすると水はけが良くなる。
We spread compost in the fields. And searched for spring water from nearby hillsides, and a dug basin in a corner of the land to create a reservoir. We also flooded rice fields and cultivated rice. Various crops were also planted in the fields. They grew well. However, the culprits destroying the fields are wild boars. Due to the Satoyama's deterioration, wild boars have descended into human settlements, causing damage to rice fields and croplands. This has become a social issue as they also attack people. Experts in wildlife damage prevention were called in, and the proposed solution was mountainside maintenance. By thinning out the densely growing slender trees, light began to shine into the hills. As such, now with fewer hiding places, timid wild boars started to avoid the village. And in the fields, we were able to harvest a multitude of crops.
超甘いです。
Mr. George Tokoro also visited.
ああ、いい匂い。ここ食うと健康になるよ。
And every year savored the blessing of the Satoyama.
あ、すごい。じゃーんと。何この畑の恵み。私好みですよ。
おお、そうですか。
やりました。美味しい。
美味しい。
The Satoyama revitalization did not bring blessing to humans alone.
これ美味しいですね。
In the reservoir created with drone spraying water.
これは珍しい。
何が珍しいんですか？
コウイムシです。
コウイムシ。背中に卵しとってる。
Various endangered insects were discovered.
お、シマゲンゴロウですね。シマゲンゴロウも地域によっては絶滅危惧種になっていたりして、水すましっていうのがいて、
水すまし。
そんなに狙って簡単に見れる虫じゃない。
あ、タガメ入った。やりました。タガメゲット。
Many insects considered to be vulnerable or threatened species were found inhabiting the ponds, waterways, and rice fields. In current agricultural areas, many waterways are lined with concrete, which results in fewer ecotons. This leads to smaller waterside creatures, such as aquatic insects and frogs, losing their natural habitats. As Kagaku no Sato made rice in crop fields using traditional cultivation methods, it's believed that creatures have settled in. And when small waterside creatures return, birds that feed on them gather. In the mountainside, mammals like Japanese raccoon dogs also reappeared. The Satoyama ecosystem, where the rice fields, reservoirs, and surrounding mountains are interconnected, provides diverse habitats for living organisms. What's more, as the mountainside opened up thanks to thinning activities, the forest's top predator, the owl, was observed freely soaring with its large wingspan through the well-spaced trees. To capture the natural behavior of those owls without alarming them, we worked with researchers to set up unmanned infrared cameras in nesting boxes. As a result, we captured rare footage of wild owls. Here's how it looks. As the female continued to worm the eggs, we captured the cries of the male informing her that he brought food. The moment the eggs hatched, the adult birds repeatedly bring mice as food for their chicks. And the chicks that successfully grow into fledglings are shown in amazing detail. It took 4 years to capture this variable footage of the owls. Furthermore, flying mammals like the Japanese giant flying squirrel were seen gliding across the sky. And we continue to capture such precious moments of nature, including the birthing process. The existence of such creatures that have disappeared from urban areas has become a crucial icon of Kagaku no Sato within the television program. We, the program staff, live in Tokyo and have very little experience in agriculture. Feeling pity for our bumbling efforts, the local people stepped in and we were able to gain their kind cooperation. Having their region highlighted on television may have also contributed to their motivation. And in rural areas, there are people with wide-ranging wisdom for daily life and remarkable skills for living with nature, which have been lost in the city. For example, when a swarm of Japanese honeybees are found on a tree, the swarm can be wrangled using a method used over 200 years ago. Their traditional wisdom and methods also captivated viewers. The crops harvested in Kagaku no Sato are processed into various foods by culinary experts. Soybeans in particular are essential for traditional Japanese foods. By mixing crushed soybeans with rice coach and salt, shaping them into balls, and layering them in a jar to ferment for approximately 1 year, they become miso. Five years after production, the miso continues to mature. They are spreading 5-year aged miso on rice balls made with rice growing in Kagaku no Sato. From these soybeans, other fermented foods such as natto and tofu were also made. It was also made into soy sauce, which takes over a year. These processed foods were once handmade in each Japanese household. In our modern lifestyles that prioritize time efficiency, these time-consuming processes for making traditional ingredients that one can buy at a supermarket are captivating the present generation. Supporting the purpose and intention of this series, a total of 30 university researchers and experts have become involved with our program. They also utilize Kagaku no Sato as both their research field and an educational area for students. As such, this private broadcasting program is also contributing to the advancement of academic research. And this initiative of Kagaku no Sato went beyond the framework of a single television program. Students from agricultural high schools used Kagaku no Sato as a role model and engaged in Satoyama revitalization efforts. A junior high school student, a fan of the program, proposed an idea. Imitating the Kagaku no Sato reservoir, the students started raising fish in a pool. The program has also induced behavioral change among the next generation. For the last decade, we have been broadcasting the social issue of Satoyama deterioration through private broadcasting media, incorporating its entertaining style focused on fun and familiarity. Through the support of experts from various fields, as well as local residents and diverse stakeholders endorsing the project's purpose, the program has been able to continue. Biodiversity can increase in nature when people appropriately tend the environment. The process of nature itself recovering has become the main appeal of the television program. We hope to share our practical experiences with people across the globe and nurture a nature-positive world together.